'Cause I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I've breathed the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Been to Tullamore, Seymour, Lismore, Malulabar, Nambour, Roochdore, Kilmore, Marillabah, Birdsville, Emmaville, Wallaville, Connemara, Connemara, Strathrown, Proserpine, Alladala, Darwin, Gingin, Lilliquin, Muckdilla, Wallamilla, Bougainville, Cumberland, Ramakiller. I've been everywhere, man.
There he is, Lucky Star, and the iconic Australian song, I've Been Everywhere. He hadn't been to Anglesea, and we are about to do that. Rob, who we got on the telephone?
We are going to Anglesea, and I can tell you, I've driven around a fair few coastal towns in this big country of ours. There's none better than this one. Love
Sounds
Anglesea.
like a start of country and western song.
Everybody who knows me well knows how much I love Anglesea and the people in it, and one of my favourites is the proprietor or co-proprietor, depending on who you're talking to, of the Anglesea Tattslotto and News Agency, Corinne Nigro. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Roberto.
Lovely to have you aboard, and it's good to see you're getting a little bit of a rest from carrying the entire staff down there at the shop. Just pop out the back, have a cup of tea and a little quiet chat. Very good of you to do that. I want to talk about your village that you chose, let's say, later in life. You haven't been there an awful long time, but what's good about Anglesea?
Apart from the Tattslotto and News Agency, you understand,
of course,
which is very, very good.
Yeah, apart from the best news agency on the coast.
In Victoria, I heard, but that's okay. Keep running.
Yeah, what is there not to love about Anglesea? It is probably the best town along the Great Ocean Road. It is awesome. We've had a fantastic summer season. I think we've had the best weather in about 10 years over the Christmas, summer, school holiday period, which is awesome.
Yeah. Now, your business is one of those, obviously, that operates 12 months of the year, but clearly there's a time where you're busiest and you probably maximise your business model, and that would be from, I guess, Boxing Day through till school goes back. So the weather can determine a lot of things, because Melbourne people come, and if the weather's not good, they might not bother. But as you correctly pointed out, this year's weather has been very peachy, to say the least. So has it been your best summer for a while?
Yeah, it just certainly has. I think that's the vibe around town with the other traders. It's been a long, quiet winter, so everyone's pretty pumped. The vibe is amazing. As, the weather does definitely make a difference, and another glorious day today. There's people everywhere.
Corinne, it's Neil. I used to spend my Christmas holidays down at Phillip Island, and everyone loved going to Phillip Island except the locals, who hated everyone coming to Phillip Island. Apart from the fact that it kept their shops going, they couldn't get a park, they couldn't get a cup of coffee, they couldn't get a newspaper. Is that the sense, or are the people of Anglesea welcoming of the visitor influx?
I think it's pretty changed now. People are welcoming. There's an end to it. Yes, you don't get your car parked, you don't get your spot on the beach, the tracks are full, the bike parks are full, but the vibe is amazing, and most of the shops wouldn't be here without visitors. So this is the time that we've got to make the most of it, and we'll say ta-ta at the end of the week.
And no one's counting, of course. And take your kids.
I think the reason I love Anglesea most is I grew up in a country environment, and I always thought that Anglesea was a country town on the coast as opposed to a coastal town. Lorne and Torquay, your closest big neighbours, are completely different in my vibe. Now, you live in Torquay, so you perhaps get a little bit of a sense of both, although you wouldn't see much of Torquay at this time of year. But do you sort of like that explanation that Anglesea is a bit more relaxed, kick back than Torquay, that's sort of a bit wanky?
Allegedly.
Anglesea's definitely got that village feel. It can't expand like Torquay has. Torquay is still wonderful, fantastic, but it's a bit more suburban and almost a suburb of Geelong, I feel.
Yeah. We've just had all our Torquay listeners turn off. Thanks, Corinne.
No. I still live there and still make the most of it and do enjoy it, but Anglesea's definitely the place to be. I think it's just got that beautiful country feel. Kids are allowed to come down the street on their own mostly, or ride their bikes down. It's relatively safe. I think it's a very good, close-knit community, and I reckon it'll stay that way.
I think one of the things it's got going for it, and I know this sounds ridiculous, but the fact that you come down and you sort of have to turn around that bend and go through a roundabout, where the shops are there, by definition, traffic has to slow down, which makes it a safer part of the world for kids to be.
Yeah, it's not too bad, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas lawn can be a drag race.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Completely different. Now, Corinne, on a personal level, you have for most of your life been, for 6 months, sometimes 8, a football widow, as they call it. This time, there's change in the football world means that that's now a 12-month thing, particularly as your partner in crime at the shop is also the president of the Anglesea Football Netball Club. So I guess you're dragged into the real heart and soul of that village feel. Has that been a bonus in some sense and sort of forced you to become an integral part of the community quite quickly when you were actually a visitor to the town to start up your business?
Oh, there's nothing like football to get you involved in the local community. Football, netball, it's got a wonderful, wonderful vibe. It's not just footballers or families or parents. It's, the local community come down for Thursday night meals, and that can be anyone and everyone. It just creates a nice little heart, a little hub. It's often the talk in the shop, of course, and as you said, we're on a 12-month job at the moment. Paul can't do it on his own, of course. Behind every good president is even better
President supporter. Let's just keep it nice and gender neutral.
Yeah, very good point. And of course, the other thing, we must put the focus back on you, because the things that are handy to know sometimes when you have a discussion like this on radio, you've also put your heart and soul into the town. There's a little community group, business and traders, that spends a fair bit of time working together to make Anglesea an attractive place to be. You've got involved in it. Now you sort of head it up. That's been a big part of your life as well, and shows that you're putting more than just your energy into your own business. You're putting it into the town as well. So how's that been working?
Oh, it's wonderful. I love it. If I could do that full time, I'd do that as well. But it's a great little side hustle, which I love. Just love all the connections between the different community groups, connecting traders. Even when football, there might be Melbourne or even AFLW teams that come down and do training camps here, and I love connecting them with different operators and suppliers to do like canoeing and bike riding, and I love being that little connector. And everyone's just got that. We all work together very, very well.
Well, it sort of makes sense. There's one news agency, there's one pub, there's one bank, there's one of a lot. So logically, you should work together to benefit each other rather than looking at other traders as being competition.
No, it definitely works very, very well down here. As you said, having one of everything does definitely help. But you've also got the independent community groups like the Anglesea, the Sound Doctor, the carnivals, the Surf Lifesaving carnivals. You've got the markets, the night markets. Everyone seems to work in well together. The art space and the men's shed. Somehow we all connect and we support each other. I think it's absolutely wonderful. Love it.
That's a good thing. Corinne, thank you so much. Sorry to drag you away from the business, which no doubt's lost a few customers with Paul engaging with them in your absence. Oh, we brought a few in as well. That's a good point, I suppose. We'll balance that out. Best wishes to you. We are heading off to another show, but we really appreciate you rounding out hours this morning.
That's okay, Rob. And don't forget, have a little connection with the Footlight Productions. Billy Elliott's showing at the moment at GPAC. It is wonderful. If anyone gets a chance to go and see it, it's on for another week. Get into GPAC. Billy Elliott, Footlight Productions, they do a wonderful job.
I reckon that might be a bit of little internal plug, and good on you for that.
Yeah, it's starring the great Tom Membry, as I understand.
You've got it.
Thanks, Corinne. See ya.
Thank you, boys.